welcome to the Tea Factory podcast. So, today we are going to be getting into the story about Tamar Braxton, and it's weird because apparently Tamar Braxton said that she woke up in a pool of blood and she couldn't recognize it. She didn't know how she ended up in such position. So I'm gonna start at the beginning. So Tamar posted on her Instagram saying, um, so I'm gonna read what she had posted. It says, "I struggle to write this about everyone. I struggle to write this, but everyone keeps calling me, and honestly, I can't even really talk anymore. I'm so weak. I almost died Sunday. I was found in a pool of blood from my friend with a face injury. As the days go by, the worse it is. I fractured my nose, lost some teeth, and mobility. The way I look at life now is totally different as my health is on the med and my mental journey begins. Pray for me, for real. I don't even know what happened to me." So, um, first, a few housekeeping. So, my commentary, everything's going to be in my very own opinion. Everything I say is alleged. Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, there's allowance for fair use of copyrighted material for such purposes as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research as examples of activities that might qualify as fair use. So, a lot of you guys have probably already, heard about this story and because it's been all over the blogs. So, my opinion, so first, so it starts out Tamar and Funky Daniba went out to this restaurant slash club in Atlanta. It's called 12V, and the owner is this guy named Vinny and his sister, and then Quavo from the group Migos. He's the co-owner as well. So it's Quavo and Vinny, and Vinny's sister are the owners of this establishment. So they showed this video. I seen this video, that goes around online that shows Funky Daniva and Tamar Braxton enter the the restaurant slash club, and then Vinny, which is the owner, meets them and greets them. They're walking up the stairs, and there's all these um, women in signs, kind of like chillers or whatever, like hype people. And so that was, like the beginning of the night. That was the outing, and then so apparently, then after that, according to Funky, she went her way and he went his way, and then Tamar posts this. So when she posted this and it went viral, everybody was looking sideways at Funky Daniba because he was with her at the club, and that's the video that folks saw. So they just assumed that he had something to do with this. Maybe he set her up. Maybe you know um, he was there when this happened and he didn't he didn't help her. So a lot of people made videos and were blaming Funky Daniva, and when that happened, I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna touch this story until it grows legs or we find out the truth or what is the truth, and more information comes out. And to be honest, I was one of those people. I really didn't feel like Funky Daniva had anything to do with this because as much and I listen to Funky, and yes, he does come off as someone that hates black women. And yes, he always has something to say. Yes, he is. You know, he is harsh towards sisters, and he always got some shit to say about us. Yes, that is true. But also at the same time, he does also take up for black women from time to time. And for me personally, I really didn't believe Funky didn't even had anything to do with Tamar's situation. But I wasn't there anyway, so I don't know. But just my opinion from what we know thus far, which is really nothing. We really don't know anything. Um, I don't feel like anything that he had anything to do with it. And then, so a couple of days later, the story comes out that um, maybe Tamar Braxton was creeping with um, Mendeecees, which is Yandy's husband from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So when Funky Dineva, he came on his channel, he said, we left the club together, but she went her way. I went my way. Afterwards, he said he didn't go to her house with her. He doesn't know what happened. Now, on the video, Funky Dineva, kept calling Tamar the lady, which I didn't like that because I was like, how? Why you keep calling her the lady? That is supposed to be your friend. That's supposed to be your bestie. He should have said, listen, I don't know what happened to Tamar. I know she's saying that she woke up in a pool of blood and she was injured. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. We parted ways at a certain time, and I'm worried about my friend. Y'all keep my friend in your thoughts and prayers. He didn't say that, but he just kept saying, the lady this, the lady that, the lady, the lady. And I'm like, I didn't like that. That was getting on my last nerve, But so that was, but Funky's like that. He's cold hearted sometimes. Like I said, he's just indifferent and very dismissive. So now there's this new story that they're saying that Tamar was allegedly creeping with Mendeecees, which is Yandy's husband, and they're now trying to say that Yandy probably had Tamar beat up, or Yandy herself probably beat her up. So no, but nobody knows the truth. What is the truth? What is true? What is it? Are we ever going to find out the truth? Is someone ever going to come forward and say what really happened? So what happened to Tamar? Did she have a seizure? Did she fall? Did she hurt herself? Did somebody beat her up? Was she set up? Like, what happened? And we just, all she did was get online and post this and then left us in suspense. It's like a suspense movie, And then is she doing this for clout, or is she doing this because maybe she has a new project coming out and she wants to trend and she wants to go viral? Because, back in the days, it used to be no news is good news, but with these people nowadays, it's like good news or if it's bad news, they don't care. As long as they trend, as long as they go viral, as long as they're in the blogs, that's all that matters to some people nowadays in 2025. Nothing matters. So, could she have done this? Is this manufactured? Is this fake? Or is this real? Was she set up? Did Yandy have her jumped? Like, what is the truth, And hopefully we find out. But I just wanted to get on here and give my 2 cents about this story. But I don't feel like Funky Dunn even has anything to do with her injuries. I believe that, I believe his story when he said they parted ways. So anything could have happened. So let me read what this other story is in regards to Tamar and Mendeecees. So it says that that night when her fucking Aniva went out and they parted ways, Funky went his way when they left the club, she went her way. It says that that night took a shocking turn. Tamar Braxton was allegedly spotted getting real close to married reality star Mendeecees at V12 Lounge just hours before her tragic accident. Eyewitnesses say that the two were seen vibing all night long before slipping out together around 1 a.m. Sources close to Tamar confirmed she invited him and a group of friends back to her house, a detail now verified by her associate Funky Dineva, who recounted the night, what really went down. So the question is, what really went down after they left the club? What really went down that night? And so we are trying to figure out what happened. And we still don't know exactly what happened, but the streets are saying that Mendeecees and Tamar Braxton are allegedly were creeping. And it's been out in the blogs that Mendeecees has been cheating on Yandy. That's been going on ongoing. That's been an ongoing story. So allegedly, one of the women that he is apparently cheating with is Tamar Braxton. It's all alleged, not saying this fact, but allegedly that's what the streets are saying. So the question then is, did Yandy have Tamar Braxton beat up that night, or did Yandy beat her up herself? Like, what happened? Like, we're still left with more questions than answers. So, hopefully, guys, we get to find out or hear what happened yet again with this story. Hopefully, we find out the truth. Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts, what you think happened. And then don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like the video. I'll see you on the next video. Good night.